Hey there, my name is Jason. Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Multi-Board 7 real estate contract. But first, if you have any questions related to real estate planning, or probate in Illinois, you can reach out by going to www.taken-law.com. So the Multi-Board 7 is a typical contract template that's used in particularly northern Illinois. I know downstate they use different contracts. You also might see different contracts depending on what association, realtors association is in your area. Regardless, this is a common contract. It's one that I get a lot of questions about. Therefore, I'm going to go over the different sections, point out some key nuances, and answer any additional questions that might come up, through the comments or whatever. So it'll be broken up into different parts too. So this video will cover maybe the first few pages, and we will split it up into different videos, label them, etc. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so let's go. Paragraph 1 here, the parties. Not too much to explain here other than, if you're buying in a business or an LLC is going to vest title, you'd want to make sure that the buyer's name is appropriate for whoever's going to own the property, whether that's you and your wife, you and your partner, you and your girlfriend, you and your boyfriend, whatever. So a lot of the stuff in paragraph 2 here will be filled out by your realtor if you're using a realtor. If not, it'll come off the MLS listing. It's really just to identify the piece of real estate that you are purchasing. No real tricks intended here, but you want to make sure it's accurate. PIN number, so you can find that. You should be able to find that in the MLS listing as well, or in the county records. Again, it's a way to narrow down the type of property, or not the type of property, but the specific property that this contract is referring to for purchase. In areas where, so line 11, line 13, line 11, line 12, line 13, line 14, I don't deal with this often. I don't see it a lot because I'm typically in the suburbs. But if there were associated parking spaces and there were potentially deeded, you'd want to make sure that information is accurate as well. That might apply more to like downtown Chicago or areas where the parking lots are available and it's deeded to the owner of the property. Okay. First one here that I kind of want to spend some time on is paragraph 3, fixtures and personal property at no added value. So what realtors often do, and should be double checked by either the attorney on the deal or the other realtor, is check off the items that are going to be included with the property. So for instance, if you're buying like a single family home and there's going to be a fridge left, a washer and dryer, things of that nature, you can look at the list yourself. You want to make sure that it's accurate. And as a seller entering into this agreement, you want to make sure you're actually going to leave those things, because at closing, you're going to sign a bill of sale with the items, and likely the bill of sale will reference paragraph 3, lines 15 through 28 in this agreement. So if you don't intend to leave the refrigerator, don't check the box, and because that's what you're agreeing to when you check those items, and they should be double checked. I mean, if there's no washer and dryer in the place to begin with and that's checked, some might argue that the seller could be on the hook for providing a washer and dryer, even if there wasn't one to begin with. So that's something you want to be careful of when you're entering in this agreement. And you as the seller, even if you've got an agent and an attorney, you want to make sure that you're, reviewing these items as well. Other items included no value, like for instance, when I purchased my home, there was a swing set in the back. You might want to include that, something like that, just so the expectations are consistent, and that when a buyer signs this and they put these things, or when the seller signs it and they put certain things that are included, that expectation is, transferred over. Okay. Something else that'll come up, and something that will probably also be included in attorney review, is the fact that the personal property, so like for instance, the refrigerator, is in good operating condition. And if it's not, you need to call it out, because reasonably, if you include a refrigerator, the idea is that the refrigerator is working. So You want to make sure that's called out, and if it's not, you need to include that. I purchased my home and there was a refrigerator in the basement that was known not to work. That should be called out. Okay. Line 35. So a lot of people get home warranties when they buy their houses. Either the seller pays for it as kind of a an incentive, or the buyer in some real estate markets, like for instance 2020, 2021, 2022, early on in 22 rather, the buyer might pay for their own warranty. Regardless, if it applies, check it, and then there's further mention of it down the contract. Okay. I think I will stop there for now. I'd say the gotchas for the first 3 paragraphs are, well, I'll start at the bottom. Line 35, the home warranty applies. If you intend to get a warranty, I would make sure it's called out in this contract. Home warranties, that's different advice from a different type of person, but in my own personal experience, very valuable. And then you want to make sure that lines 19 through 28, if you are intending to leave items in the home as the seller, you check those. And then as the buyer, if you're expecting items to be left, you need to make sure that they are checked there, because at closing, that'll be the bill of sale that wraps up, puts a bow on this. And, if it's not there, you kind of SOL at closing. So just a reminder, if you have any questions, there will be future videos going through the rest of this contract. But if you have any questions, go ahead and reach out at taken-law.com or give us a call. The number should be around this video. I will talk to you again soon. Have a good day.